Hello, I'm Jimm Ites. You know, for these videos, I would like to develop a little dance routine, but I gotta admit, I don't have rhythm. So I used to preach a lot in a friend of mine's church, and he was African American, and I loved them. When their choir came down the aisle, they'd have robes on, they'd be swinging and swaying, leaning, leaning. And then the pastor, we're sitting up in the front, he'd make these noises. And I poked him, I said, I want to make noises like that. He said, you have to be black. So anyway, I never could get down. I just don't have the rhythm to do that. I got to stop saying that. I got to start saying, I've got rhythm. I'm a famous country and western singer. So anyway, I want to say just another little thing about marriage. You know, I said to a guy, he asked me what I did all the time, and I said, well, I counsel people now, because I said to him, I'm the best counselor in the world. And the other guy said, well, that sounds like pride to me. I said, oh, it really is. I'm arrogant, boastful, prideful, and I need to take it to confession at the Catholic Church, because I know you folks are always scared somebody's going to think you're full of pride. And so it doesn't bother me, because I know we all are. And so I want to say this about, this is a little off on marriage right now. Just do this real quick while it's in my mind. I read the other day that selfishness is a very deep sin. And in my church, I taught selfishness. You gotta stop being afraid of what other people think. Because here's the thing, a lot of people, they don't want other people to think they're selfish, so they pretend not to be selfish, and that is fear. And you gotta learn, if you're sowing in fear, that fear you're sowing in is not going to change your behavior for very long. It's going to come around and kick you right in the butt again, because Galatians chapter 6, verse 8 says, if you sow in the flesh, you will reap destruction and corruption. And I call that suicide on the installment plan. And so that's about all I got time for today. But I want to tell you that enjoy your selfishness. Because when you're selfish, you get yourself healthy and fixed up. Then with other people, you got something to give them. Otherwise, you got nothing. Nothing but empty words. And as a Chinese guy said many years ago, American Christianity is too wordy. Thanks for watching today. I'm Jimm. I'm being eaten by bugs.